Welcome to Stump the Pastor. This is our 13th edition. And today's question comes from Paul in Birmingham. The question is this: why does the local NBC news anchor, Lisa Crane, continue to call the downtown interstate interchange Malfunction Junction? Well, as you might have guessed, today's question is from me. And it might sound like a strange question to have on Stump the Pastor, but since I was the one asking the question in a fit of consternation all over Facebook this week, I knew that this forum was probably a better place for me to process it. Now, I need to give you a little background for those of you who do not live in Birmingham, Alabama. About 50 years ago, the first interstates were being built across Alabama. I-65, I-59, and I-20 converged near downtown Birmingham. And creating that interchange quickly became obvious for its design flaws. And this interchange was problematic for all of these years. It was a lot of things. Some entrance ramps entered on the side of the freeway, but required crossing 3 or 4 lanes to get you to the other side of the freeway to exit on your correct interstate. This was one of several problems that earned the interchange the designation of Malfunction Junction, and rightly so. So now, fast forward to 2020. The layout of the freeway interchange was torn down a couple of years ago and completely rebuilt with much safer transition lanes, thoughtful design changes, better entrance and exit schemes, and what many in our city perceived as this black eye of Malfunction Junction could now be laid to rest. We would no longer have to be the city with a malfunction junction. I know. It is humorous to be able to say Malfunction Junction on TV. Big deal. Exactly. So why did this make me so reactive? Now, I realized that this pastor was stumped by my own passion around this. You see, I like this newscaster. She's one of my favorites, actually, and her station is my favorite newscast. I realized that my anger and energy had nothing to do with her personally, but with the situation. You see, I love my hometown, and I love being back in my hometown after a long gap between. And I am proud of the ways Birmingham is changing and about the city that it is becoming. And it is discouraging when people can't seem to get beyond its past. And there it was. You know, we can never pretend that the past didn't happen. It did. And the scars will linger forever. Scars are reminders that something is damaged when blood is shed. Scars are signs that healing has occurred and a reminder that new injury and scarring can be created again if we don't learn from the past and learn how to be better. So how do we honor the past without making it a joke or trivializing its importance? How do we celebrate the heroes among us today who refuse to be defined by the past? And here's the one that got me. How do we let go of the aspects of the past that are truly gone? Now, I know some will say that I am overreacting to a humorous newscaster who is simply trying to add a bit of fun to news that these days seems overwhelmingly bleak. And I will accede that this is a possibility. And you need to know that I hold no ill toward Miss Crane. I will no doubt continue to choose her newscast as my preferred manner to receive the local nightly news. I hope that what I will take away from this experience, and hopefully maybe what you can take away from this experience, is that humor has many layers. I mean, that's why we find it humorous, right? Because it sees something from a different perspective. But when humor is used at the expense of a loved one or a loved city, we should proceed with care. After all, the people we love and the place we call home that we love are always more important than being the butt of a joke, especially a joke that no longer exists. See you next time on Stump the Pastor. Thanks for joining us on Stump the Pastor. As you can see, I can stump myself sometimes. But you might have questions too about what's going on in your world. Send them to me on Stump the Pastor. The email address is on your screen. See you next time.